Hello, good day everyone. So our next topic on CDI-7 or drug is what are drugs? So tinatanong dito, ano nga ba ang droga? So ang droga merong dalawang types or forms. Meron diyang natural and synthetic. Pag sinabi nating natural, yan yung mga nakukuha nating extract sa mga halamang gamot. Hello, good day everyone. So, ang next topic natin sa CDI-7 ay ang tanong na what are drugs? So, pag sinabi nating drugs, once na narinig nyo ang drugs, ang unang pumapasok sa isip natin is illegal na droga. Lalo't pinag-aaralan natin ang iba't ibang kinds or elements of drugs. And also, we are criminology and future criminologists. So, ano nga daw ba ang droga? So, meron tayong two forms of drugs. Nandyan ang natural and synthetic. So, pag sinabi nating natural, ayan yung mga na-extract natin sa mga dahon or sa mga halamang gamot or mga herbal plants. Ano bang example ng herbal plants? Yan yung mga lagundi, oregano. Yan yung mga halimbawa may ubo ka, ganun, di ba? Minsan, i-extract nila yung juice ng oregano and then yun ang ipapainom sa inyo. Samantalang yung synthetic naman, yan yung mga artificial or yan yung mga pinaprocess. For example, yan yung mga ginagawa nilang tablets, powder, syrup, yan yung tinatawag nating synthetic drugs. So, sabi dito sa definition, what are drugs? A drugs, as defined, is a chemical substance used as a medicine or in making medicines, which affect the body and mind and have potential for abuse. Without any advice or prescription from a physician, drug can be harmful. So sabi dito, ang drugs daw isang chemical substance na pwedeng makaapekto sa ating katawan and also sa ating pag-iisip. And hundreds of pure chemical have been developed plant and put into pills, capsule, or liquid medicines. There are also two forms of drugs. Meron tayong natural and synthetic or artificial drugs. The natural drugs include natural plant leaves, flower tops, raisins, hashish, opium, and marijuana, while the synthetic drugs are produced by clandestine laboratories, which includes those drugs that are controlled by law because they are used in the medical practice. Physicians prescribe them and are purchased in the limited outlet like drugstore. And drug also help person's body and mind function better during an illness, but drugs have been taken correctly into order to do these things. The wrong drugs and the wrong amount of the right one can make an illness worse or destroy the body cells or pwedeng mag-cause ng pagkamatay. So, ang maling gamot and maling pag-take ng gamot or yung kasi meron tayong limit lang ng katawan. For example, pag sinabi ng doktor or prescribe ng doktor na 250 grams lang yung iinumin nyo, is 250 lang or milligram, ganun. And ang maling pag-inom din kasi ng droga ay nakakaapekto yan sa ating katawan. For example na lang yung sleeping pills. 'Di ba? Ang pag-inom ng sleeping pills is 1 capsule only. Pero yung iba, ang ginagawa nila ay more than 10. Diba minsan or madalas nagkukos yun ng pagkamatay ng isang tao. Or maybe, tinitake nila yung sleeping pills para maramdaman yung hinahanap nila sa ibang drugs dahil for example, or yun yung ginagawa nilang pamalit sa droga na hindi nila makuha. For example, mga marijuana, cocaine, ganun. Yung feeling na drowsiness, relax, and ano pa ba, nawawala yung kanilang anxiety, hindi sila nag-iisip ng kung ano-ano. Yun ang ginagawa nila sa ibang gamot. And next tayo, prescriptive drugs. Sabi dito, these drugs are required written authorization from a doctor to allow a purchase. They are prescribed according to the individual age, weight, and height, and should not be taken by anyone else. It is personally required and self-medication that should be strictly avoided. So, pag sinabi nating prescriptive drugs, doktor ang nag-reseta sa'yo. Hindi yung nag-self-medication ka lang. Meron kasing mga gamot na hindi mo mabibili without prescription of drugs or wala kang reseta. And next naman tayo. Once again, strictly emphasize of following direction need to be stated. In addition to dosage by the physician indicate both when and how long the medicine should be taken. So, sabi dito, kailan or anong oras mo pwedeng inumin or ilang beses mo ito pwedeng inumin sa isang araw. For example, yung gamot sa UTI, yun ay iniinom ng twice a day and for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks only. Nakalagay naman doon. And these directions are intended to safeguard the patient from need treating himself after his illness. Kasi minsan yung mga pasyente na nire-resetahan ng gamot, for example, yung mga high blood, merong sakit sa puso, pag sinabi ng doktor na bumalik kayo dito, ay bumalik kayo. Kasi minsan, yung gamot na nireseta sa inyo or sa atin is maaaring babaan nila yung dosage ng gamot. Kasi siguro naging health conscious ka na, inaalagaan mo na yung sarili mo, bumaba na yung blood pressure mo, or hindi na ganun kalala yung sakit sa puso mo, di ba? Ganun yung ginagawa ng mga doktor. Kaya kapag sinabi ng doktor na bumalik kayo, is bumalik kayo sa araw na sinabi niya or sa araw na tapos nyo ng or naubos nyo na yung gamot. Hindi yung tinutuloy-tuloy nyo lang kasi maaaring masira yung ating liver or mga any body parts sa internal natin. And next tayo B, the over-the-counter drugs. Sabi naman dito, ito naman yung makakabili ka ng gamot without prescription of doctor. For example na lang, yung mga gamot sa sakit ng ulo or gamot sa dysmenorrhea, sakit sa ngipin. For example, mga Biogesic, paracetamol, Alaxan, mga laxative na gamot, Dulcolax, yan, yung mga pwede nating bilhin over the counter. Kaso, sabi dito, the correct drug with the correct drug content is given to the correct patient in a correct dosage form. And they are used to treat minor and short-term illness, and any persistent condition should be immediately referred to any physician. It should be strongly emphasized that direction should be closely followed and all precaution necessary taken to avoid complication. Ito yung mga para lang daw sa short-term illness. Gaya nga ng sinabi ko kanina, sakit ng ulo, sakit ng tiyan, or pagtatae. Yun ang pwede sa over-the-counter drugs. Kapag hindi naman gumaling ka agad, ay dadalhin mo na or magpapa-check up ka na sa mga clinic or sa doktor talaga, authorized doctor. to avoid any complication. Kasi inom ka nga ng inom ng paracetamol, inom ng para sa laxative. Pero yun pala is hindi naman pala sakit ng ulo yung nararamdaman mo, meron palang ibang cause, 'di ba? And next tayo, C, Next tayo, the self-medication syndrome. The self-medication syndrome is found in the user and would-be user of drug whose source of information are people or literature other than doctor, pharmacist, and health worker. This could be member of the family, relatives, or neighbor, all of whom may have previously used the drug for the specific disease or disorder. Self-medication may work against the good of the user because it can lead intoxication and other adverse reaction. So, anong possible outcome kapag nag-self-medication ka or ginamot mo yung sarili mong sakit? Adverse reaction toward the drugs such as allergy that may be mild or severe. Tatanungin. Kasi kapag nagpa-check up kayo, tatanungin kayo kung meron kayong mga allergy. Kaya nakadepende sa allergy mo yung ibibigay na gamot. For example, yung para sa UTI, tatanungin ka nila kung meron kang allergy sa gamot. Kasi possible na baka mas lumala yung sakit mo instead na gumaling ka. Kaya may ibang gamot silang ibibigay sa'yo or minimal na yung dosage na ibibigay sa'yo. And possible non-response of the patient to the drugs effectively due to incorrect usage. So sabi dito, yung hindi daw nag-response yung gamot sa'yo or hindi effective kasi nga mali yung paggamit mo ng gamot. And possible drug toxicities through overdosage which may lead to severe reactions such as nausea, vomiting, and rashes. Number 4, possible habit-forming character due to periodic usage of drug even when such are no longer needed. So next tayo, how drug work. So paano daw or gumagalaw or paano daw nagtatrabaho ang drugs? Most drugs act within the cells rather than on the surface of the cell or in the extracellular fluid of the body. Similar to normal body chemical, a drug enters to the cell and participates in a few steps of the normal sequence of the cellular process. Those drugs may later interfere with or replace chemical of normal cellular life, hopefully for the betterment of this person. The actual action of particular drug depends on its chemical makeup. When two drugs are taken together or within a few hours, each other may interact within unexpected result. So, yung pag-take mo daw ng gamot na dalawang gamot, for example, matataas ang dosage, pwedeng mag-cause yan ng pagkabingi. Minsan, sinasabi nila na natutulog ko, tatanungin nila ano ba yung mga ininom mong gamot or ilang grams ba yung ininom mong gamot. Ang tataas pala, may 500 grams, 1,000 grams, di ba? Hindi yun maganda sa katawan. Kasi meron tayong amount of drug in dose can be described. Meron tayong 5. Minimal dose, maximal dose, toxic dose, abuse dose, and lethal dose. Pag sinabi natin minimal dose, amount needed to treat or heal, that is the smallest amount of drug that will produce a therapeutic effect. Ito yung amount lang ng drugs na nakakapagpagaling. or tama lang doon sa lagnat mo or sa sakit ng ulo mo or sa sakit ng katawan mo. Tama lang yung dosage, hindi siya kataasan. Para matreat lang yung hinanaing ng katawan mo or sakit ng katawan mo. Number 2, maximal dose. Large amount of drug that will produce a desired therapeutic effect without any accompanying symptoms of toxicity. So, yung maximal dose naman, ito yung large amount ng drugs or dose na tinitake ng isang tao. Kasi, siguro yung minimal para yan sa mga bata. Or para sa atin na simpleng sakit lang ng ulo. Sakit lang ng ulo kasi sa work, samantala yung maximal dose naman, ito yung para sa mga merong migraine, sobrang sakit ng ulo. Na hindi naman siya toxic. Or wala kang hindi magkakaroon ng toxicity sa katawan mo kasi sakto lang yung amount niya. Pangatlo, toxic dose. Amount of drug that produce untoward effect or symptoms of poisoning. Ito naman yung amount ng droga na nilalason mo na yung katawan mo. For example, pag take mo ng gamot without prescription, or nag-prescribe nga si doktor ng gamot, pero sabi niya, bumalik ka within 7 days. Kasi, re-resetahan kita ng bagong gamot. Kaso, ang ginawa mo, itinuloy-tuloy mo pa din yung pagtitake ng gamot na ibinigay niya na mataas ang dosage. Instead na, babaan na ng doktor. Abusive dose. Amount needed to produce the side effect of action desired by an individual who improperly use it. So, pag sinabi nating abuse dose naman, for example, yung marijuana, di ba dapat gamot yan? Gamot yan sa mga merong, anong tawag doon? Epilepsy. Kasi yung iba, inabuso nila. Instead na minimal amount lang or maximal amount, ang ginagawa nila, inaabuso nila para maramdaman nila yung gusto nilang feeling. Feeling nila na lumilipad sila, para silang nasa ere, para silang nakalutang. Yun. Kasi daw, para makalimutan nila ang problema. Lethal dose naman, ito yung drug that will cause death. Pwedeng mong ikamatay ang dosage na to. And next, how drug are administered? Meron tayong 5. Oral, injection, inhalation, topical, and iontoporosis. So, common naman yung tinatawag nating oral. Pag sinabi nating oral, yan yung ginagamitan mo ng tubig para malunok mo yung isang gamot. Injection naman, yan yung mostly na ginagawa kapag ikaw ay na-hospital. Ituturok mismo sa ugat mo. Inhalation naman, example nito is yung mga merong sinusitis. Yan yung ini-spray lang or for example mga Vicks, Katingko, yan yung example ng inhalation. Topical, application of drug directly to the body site such as skin and the mucous membrane. Yan yung mga, anong tawag doon? Pampahid na gamot. For example, meron kang rashes or skin disease. Bibili lang kayo ng, tawag doon, ointment. Yes, that one. Ointment. And samantalang yung iontoporosis naman, introduction of drugs into the deeper layer of skin. Mostly, ginagamit, nakakita ko na example nito, ginagamit ito ng mga derma. Sa derma. Siguro yung mga merong sa muka, anong tawag doon, yung butas-butas ang muka, tas magpapaderma. Di ba meron silang mga ginagamit doon na electric devices na parang nagva-vibrate, ganon, or parang may current siya na konti lang. Yun. And the concept of toxicology. Concept of toxicology, meron tayong 5. Una, overdose. Pangalawa, allergy. Pangatlo, idiosyncrasy. Pang-apat, general photoplasmic poison property. Pang-5, side effect. So, pag sinabi nating overdose, sobrang pag-take ng drugs. It cause, ito yung tawag dun, pwede mo ikamatay. Allergy naman. Some drugs cause the release of histamine. Meron kasing mga tao na allergy sa gamot. And number 3, idiosyncrasy. Unexplained reason, morphine, which sedates all men, stimulate and render some women maniacal. Perhaps the praised catty woman, the pharmacological basis, since most mammals are sedated by morphine, but some cats become extremely excited by it. Pang-apat, general photoplasmic poison property. Drugs are chemical, and some of them have property of being general protoplasmic poison. Pang-5, side effect. Ito yung mararamdaman mo, unwanted feeling or side effect ng gamot. For example, pagsakit ng ulo and pagkahilo, pwedeng pagsusuka. Yan yung pwede mong maramdaman kapag nag-take ka ng gamot. The medical use of drugs. The medical use of drugs, una, take medicine on doctor advice. So, magti-take ka lang ng gamot. Depende sa advice ng doktor mo. And, kukonsider din ng doktor ang iyong age, weight, and prevalent symptoms and signs. And, bibigyan ka lang ng tamang dosage. And, basahin mo 3 times yung reseta bago ka mag-take. Mamaya once a day ka lang uminom, di ba? Or sabi doon before meal or after meal. And also, medicine should not be taken in dark even if the patient knows its location. Kasi mamaya mali yung nainom mong gamot. And if patient goes to more than one doctor, each one of them must know about all the drugs being taken. So, pag magpapalit ka lang doktor or second option ka, dapat sabihin mo kung ano yung niresetang gamot sa'yo ng nauna mong doktor. Avoid self-medication. Number 5, report any untoward effect of medicine to the physician. Kung meron kang simptomas na hindi gusto or meron kang ibang nararamdaman sa pag-take mo ng gamot, for example, yun nga, lagi kang inaantok, lagi kang nagsusuka or nasusuka, sabihin mo sa doktor para maging aware siya, para palitan niya yung gamot or babaan niya yung dosage ng tinitake mong medicine. And patient should not take additional drugs without asking his physician. So, wag kang pala desisyon sa buhay na magpapalit ka na lang or magdadagdag ka ng another medicine mo. Hindi porket sinabi sa'yo ng kapitbahay mo na, ay, ito lang yung ininom ko. Nung nagkasakit ako ng ganyan, gumaling naman ako kaagad. Tingnan mo, healthy ako. No. It's not, healthy or hindi siya advisable. And see whether the medicine has expired or not. Be sure that the label stay on prescription container until all is use. Store medicine in safe, cool and dry place and out of reach of children. Some people just purchase and use common drugs without knowing their function and contradiction. Those, instead of being relieved of some symptoms, their condition are aggravated. Pag sinabi natin na aggravated, mas lumala. Yung bang, sabi kasi dito, people just purchase and basta-basta lang sila bumibili ng gamot nang hindi alam kung para saan yung gamot. Kaya instead na ma-relieve yung kanilang nararamdaman, mas lumalala pa. Yan, meron tayo ditong analgesic. Pag sinabi nating analgesic, for relieve pain, para sakit ng ulo or any who suffer from peptic ulcer or gastric irritation. For example na itong analgesic is biogesic. Meron naman tayong antibiotic. Itong antibiotic, hindi mo itong mabibili without prescription of doctor. Example niyan, amoxicillin. Next tayo, antipyretics. Ito yung mga lower body temperature or fever due to infection. Ito yung mga aspirin, ibuprofen. And next tayo, antihistamine. Control or combat allergy reaction. Ito yung Alerta or cetirizine. Contraceptive drugs. Ito naman yung to prevent the meeting of egg cell and sperm cell. Mga pills. Decongestant, relieve congestion of the nasal passage. Meron tayong Nosep. Expectorant. Andyan yung mga Ambroxol, Robitussin. Ito naman yung mga may plema sa lungs or throat. Mga may ubo. Laxative. Meron tayong Dulcolax. Para saan ang laxative? Stimulate defecation and encourage bowel movement. Sedatives and tranquilizer. Used for anxiety and insomnia. Vitamins, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E.